Welcome, Rob Cunningham from Canada, to the World Conference on Tobacco Control in Dublin. Can I ask what excites you, what you're looking to get from this conference?
Well, I always look forward to the World Conference on Tobacco Control. I've been to every one since 1994. It's a huge gathering of the clan, our tobacco control family around the world, whether it's people in government or researchers and academics and advocates, people involved in programs. It's an opportunity to see the latest research and to talk informally about what's going on and what the tobacco industry is up to. It's very motivating. It's great to be here.
Fabulous. And tell me what's happening with tobacco nicotine control in Canada.
Well, there's a lot happening, but one thing to highlight is Canada was the first country to require a warning on every individual cigarette. And these are in every package now being sold in the country. There are 6 different rotated messages. The tobacco industry opposed it, but it is something that every person who smokes in the entire country sees on a daily basis with every cigarette and every puff. It gives cancer stick a new meaning, in terms of a name. Many kids who experiment will borrow a cigarette from a friend. They may not see the pack, but they'll see this warning on individual cigarettes. The industry historically has had their own branding on on the cigarette, so they know it's important real estate, in terms of communication. The research is there. There's more than 35 studies worldwide, including in Scotland, that have looked at this. And it's effective. We've had some research done in Canada after implementation, confirming effectiveness in that way. It costs nothing. The industry has to pay for the printing. The Canadian Department of Health determines the messages. It's permanent. And we also have Australia has now become the second country to do it. You see some examples here. I got this at the conference from a colleague from Australia. The official implementation date is July 1st, 2025, but there's already packs on the market. I think it's a really cost-effective measure. A type of message you can't ignore. It complements what's on the pack, and we're going to see more and more countries internationally doing this.
That's fantastic, and I love the idea of holding the industry a bit more to account, because it's had a fairly free rein with its branding and its outreach to youth. But you're doing more in Canada to hold the industry to account, aren't you, to make them responsible for the damage?
So in March 2025, very recently, some national regulations were adopted, cost recovery fee, such that it's called the Tobacco Charges Regulations. It's not a tax, but it's going to require the tobacco industry each year to pay an invoice. They're going to require them to reimburse the government, the federal, the national government, for what they pay in terms of tobacco initiatives in their tobacco strategy. Polluter pays. So the tobacco industry has caused the epidemic. They should be responsible for paying the cost of responding to the epidemic, not all Canadian taxpayers. And what the Canadian government does in terms of cessation programs, prevention, mass media or other communication campaigns, enforcement, policy development, international, departmental overhead, everything that's done, the industry is going to have to pay the bill. It's not going to cover contraband, so what the Royal Canadian Mounted Police would do, or the Canada Revenue Agency. And for now, it's not going to cover vaping initiatives. That's going to be in phase 2. So first is tobacco part, and phase 2 is vaping on vaping companies. But this is really important. The United States has done this since 2009. The Food and Drug Administration's budget, currently $712 million per year in 2024, American dollars. The industry pays that based on market share. And in Canada as well, the companies are going to have to pay based on their market share. So I think this makes a lot of sense, and I believe that these examples will encourage other countries to do the same thing.
I really hope that the United Kingdom will look at this example of leading good practice and will make that a measure that we adopt as we followed Australia with plain packaging for tobacco. We are here from Scotland, United Kingdom, and I was just wondering, is there a perception of the impact, from your work and perspective in Canada of what we do? Is there any advice you'd like to give us?
Well, I think that there's a lot of important work that's been done in Scotland with smoke-free public places. Scotland was one of the first places internationally to have smoke-free vehicles with kids, to set an end game target. These are all important things that can have global ramifications. So that type of work, if you can keep that up, I think can benefit not only Scotland but far beyond Scotland's borders around the world.
That's fantastic. And as you said at the beginning, this is a gathering of the clans. It's figuring out the best ideas for reducing tobacco use globally. So, Rob Cunningham, thank you so much for coming and sharing your experience and Canada's world-leading measures with us today.
Sheila, it's been nice chatting.